Wilbur Sargunaraj.
வணக்கம் எல்லாரும், எப்படி இருக்கிறீங்க? வில்பர் சர்குனராஜ் பேசுகிறேன். Greetings everybody. Ni hao from the Beijing, China. It is an honor for me to be beside these very two first-class citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Madam Rebecca. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Mr. Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Very good. Thank you for being on this program. Today we are going to learn how to eat the Beijing duck.
Yeah.
So you all sit in a circle like this, and this table moves around with the dishes. What is some etiquette that people should know? I mean, you eat with obviously with the chopsticks.
Chopsticks,
yes,
definitely.
with chopsticks,
Yes.
and never, ever you put the chopsticks in the rice like that. That is taboo.
Terminology.
In the kitchen, they cut it up. They brought it out, but then they took it back, cut it up, and now this is the
The duck.
Beijing duck. This is the duck. Is there a word in duck in Chinese, Mandarin?
It's called Beijing烤鸭.
Kaoya.
That means the Beijing Duck.
Beijing duck. So this is a pancake, and you use your chopsticks to take the pancake,
No,
or
you
you
use
take
your
the
hand.
Right hand, left hand. Is there an etiquette with that?
No.
Because in India, you would definitely not touch with your left hand the food.
Okay, that's
But
good to know.
here we can use this.
Yeah, it's very, very thin.
Very thin.
Take one.
Okay. Okay. How is the Beijing duck?
It's very nice, very delicious.
We have a lot of African international students who are in India, and they face a lot of racism in India. Or have you ever experienced that here in China?
Definitely, I have. Especially my first year of coming to China.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're passing, people will be pointing fingers at you. Or even if they don't point fingers, sometimes they are little kid they are working with, we just tap them on. Mom, look at that black guy. And it got to they were at the beginning I was very irritated in the point, but I decided to let go because whatever they do, that's who I am. I remember one day I was on the subway and one guy was standing by me, and he and the government, they were talking about me. They didn't know I understood Chinese perfectly. So when I was getting out of the subway, I just say Zai Jian in Chinese. Zai Jian, bye bye. I just say bye bye in Chinese. Then they felt ashamed, like they didn't know I could speak Chinese.
Yes.
So, but for the past years, it's one of the things I've learned to live with.
Yes.
In the sense of that will always exist, no matter how transformed the society will become. Racism is something that will exist.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely there. But it kind of goes back to this notion of foreigners as a whole, because as we know, like 20 years ago, there wasn't that many foreigners in the country, so people were curious. They would surround those foreigners, those tourists. Recent years, I think, especially in Beijing and international cities like this, and foreigners are getting more and more recognition. But I think people with the colored skins still get kind of discriminated. I think it's very subtle because they never say it. They're actually sometimes scared of the colored communities, looking at them like they're thieves or criminals, or they just get that kind of a look.
And they get stereotyped.
Stereotypes, exactly.
What would happen if you brought Daniel and said he is your boyfriend to your circle of friends and your mother, your father, relatives? What do you think some of the reactions would be?
I think I definitely have to not warn them, but tell them beforehand so that they don't act rudely when I do show up, because that sometimes happens, I think. And then especially with my parents' generation, I think it takes more time, but more work to get it to their mind that people are equal. We're not so different universally.
We have more in common than we think, but we focus so much on the differences that we have.
Well, I would just say, wait and see and get to know them. They're just people like you and me, and they have very different lives, but humanity it speaks to each other. So I would say spend some time with them, work with them, study with them, make friends with them, go to parties with them, and do things together. That will get you to know better about a person rather than his skin color.
Yeah, so one thing I might tell people is this: there's no country in this world that doesn't have one bad person in it. And sometimes one person may do something, but don't use that one person's attitude to generalize the whole community of people.
Yes.
And like she said, get to know we Africans. And when you get to know them, you realize that your perception about them was wrong. Even in my country, there are a lot of Chinese in my country. Some of them are doing very bad stuff. And that doesn't mean that with that one bad person, I'll generalize. I've met wonderful Chinese people. I told one friend, if you meet a good Chinese, it will change all the thought you have about them. So you just have to get to know people. And I think also using social media platform to educate people. And I think for you to educate somebody, the person should be willing to be educated. And that is very, very important.
The way to have Beijing Duck here in China is with your perceived other. You think that they're different, but they're not actually different. And the way to eat Beijing Duck is with your friends. Get to know them. That is one of the things, if I would like to say, that's coming from both of you, is to engage with your other people. Because without that, you're going to sit in your corner and you're going to throw all these judgments and have these biases that you will never be able to confront if you don't go and see them. Romba Nandri, thank you very much for watching this program. How do you say thank you? 谢谢. Romba Nandri. How do you say thank you in your language, sir?
Midasi.
Midasi. That's Ghanaian, you say? Midasi. Romba Nandri, thank you very much for watching this program. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Wilbur Sargunaraj.